All right, let's get into the gist of the matter now. Let's look at what's trending in case you missed out from any of the big stories that happened during the week. Here is one of the top trending stories. Nigerians are still reacting to a recent report released by the British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC, stating that President Bola Tinubu did not forge his Chicago State University certificate as alleged by his political opponent Atiku Abubakar. The authors of the report, titled Bola Tinubu Diploma, No Evidence Nigeria's President, made the conclusion after they contacted the university with questions about its diplomas. Details of the report published on the BBC website stated that in response to the questions, the CSU said the institution is confident in the veracity and integrity of records regarding President Tinubu's attendance and completion of graduation requirements. Also, part of the responses by the CSU stated that the reason he could not find a diploma issued to Mr. Tinubu in 1979 was because they do not keep copies of diplomas already collected by students. Well, this report has been generating a lot of reactions from all sides, with section stating that the report is malicious and, of course, skewed in favor of the president, while some said the facts are clear for all who are there to see it. Kemi, you have the legal background. In cases like this, but we're looking at it from the media report now. We're also looking at it from the legal background.
True.
Are we pushing this issue too far and distracting ourselves from the real issues of governance before the president?
Emmanuel, it's a pretty dicey one, but I think I would fall on the fact that we are still within the window of Atiku Abubakar and any other person who is challenging the outcome of any election. We're still within that window. And so anybody having issues with how challengers are going about this may have to go back to the foundation, to what brought us to where we are. And but then we are in a democratic, era. We are also in a civilized world that, the people should be given room to air grievances.
How does this strengthen democracy?
And that is what Atiku Abubakar is pursuing. Okay, you can argue that, okay, he's going beyond the shores of the country, the image of the country is also, in question, and all the credibility issues and all that. His motive also, can you come to equity with clean hands? Is he himself clean? All these, there are so many issues that, can take us all day to decipher. But it's well within the right. And he's taken this, even onto the Nigerian apex court, that's the Supreme Court. And he himself has said that he will let it all go once the Supreme Court gives a decision on it. And of course, that goes without saying. You can't go beyond the Supreme Court
of course,
in
you have
Nigeria.
No choice beyond that.
Let us just see how all this will pan out.
Emmanuel, let me have your take on this. All right. Looking at it from the angle of the BBC running a report. The BBC has run several reports in Nigeria to many people's acclaim and credit. But why is this contentious?
Well, it is contentious at the moment because, the report came from the three reporters. They're talking about Chigozie Nwagwu, Fozia Tuko, and Olarunke Alo. And, well, some Nigerians are giving kudos to this, some are giving knocks. But for me, we have to wait for the Supreme Court.
Have you seen the report? To
give the final verdict. I read through some of the details of that report, but they have come out to give their own candid opinion on the certificate of the
based
president.
On the fact
based on the fact and evidence that they have with them. There's this legal term which says, he that has sat must prove. You have the legal background, but with the little knowledge I also know about the law, is that will the Supreme Court take fresh evidences concerning what Atiku Abubakar is raising concerning the president's certificates? These are pre-election matters. So if he's raising this fresh evidences against the president, which has not been raised at the tribunal, well, we have to wait, for the outcome from the Supreme Court.
Wait and see. Of course, that's the trending story. You can also join the conversation. Go to our social media pages on X at TVC News NG. Share your thought with us with the hashtag TVC Breakfast Saturday.